This is bad. We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids, it's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
The Simpsons level accuracy of that. I'm starting to think that.
Listen, Always Sunny and The Simpsons will always predict the future in some way.
It feels like it. I just wish we would have taken that as a warning back then and maybe kept ourselves from getting into the position we're at now. Hi, Rick. How are you?
Hi, Maya. How are you? We're now in day, I think, 394 of denying that Jeffrey Epstein was ever alive or that Trump knew him. And it's working out splendidly. Yeah. There's Kate too. Hello, Kate.
Hey, Kate.
Hello, Rick. Hello, Maya.
It's been Jeffrey Palooza pretty much since we're last together.
Yeah, no one's wanted to stop talking about it.
Trump wants to stop talking about it.
Oh yeah, Trump's aside from Trump, I'm shocked that Elmo's not already talking about it, given the hack.
Donald, we have you on video. Speaking of Muppets, folks, because the Lincoln Project, we are conscientious, mature, and we would never, ever, ever stoop to a low blow politically. Why not combine Muppets, Kendrick Lamar, Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, why not? Oh, there's Kate with the merch, with the Kendrick merch.
Hey, Dot.
Let's play the new Lincoln Project ad, folks. It is already causing a lot of controversy among the MAGA who are very, very, very upset with us and angry.
Let's.
Psst, I see mad people.
Hey, catch up on the wall, yo. Hey, catch up on the wall, yo. Bonnie says they're on the desk. Where did they go? Pam down in the shredder room. That's what we know. Your story has more holes than your course in Mar-a-Lago. What's up with these lame excuses blaming Obama? Your whole party hates you, your hat, and your mama. How many names you got? What? Cat got your tongue? You forget your BFF, Jeff, who likes him young. Cover your ass and hide the files that you took. Come on, Donnie boy, let's take a look. Can we take a peek in that little black book? Can't cover up a cover up. It really makes you think redact all you want, boy. You running out of ink. Say Trump, I hear you like I'm young. So did what? Cat got your tongue? You thought the story ended now that old Jeff's dead. Better pray a prison cell has a tan in bed. You know the best words, the best people, everything the best. So spill the tea on your besties from the lowly to express. Not the only politics with freak off miles. Certified cover up, certified Epstein files. Wop, 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 wop. Trump really sucks. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. You know Epstein was the plan's designer. Bet your Trump's in the files in bed with a minor. Trump not like us, Trump not like us, Trump not like us. Trump not like us, Trump not like us, Trump not like us. Trump not like us, Trump not like us, Trump not like us. Trump not like us, Trump not like us, Trump not like us.
The diss track of all diss tracks.
You know, folks, I may be a 61-year-old white man, but I can enjoy a diss that hits Donald Trump right in the cultural moment. And this did. And I want to thank the creative team for putting this together because it was insanely well done and fun. And to thank all of our contributors to this who helped put this together musically and graphically, because I got the nastiest hate note earlier today. Like, your puppet show ad about Donald Trump. You will be burning in hell for that. I'm like, yes, thank you.
I think
trust me, if I'm burning in hell, Donald Trump is running the jet ski concession on the Lake of Fire.
You make hell sound so much fun.
Right? Right? It's like, I don't know, Lake of Fire jet skis, lava jet skis, baby.
But I think generally going after pedophiles who are trying to cover up their involvement in something, I think that's generally a good thing. I think that's I think you're allowed.
Holding them to account and let's be real here, folks. This was an ad that was made with some, tongue in cheek, but this is a guy who was a monster. Yeah. This is a bad guy. Epstein was a bad guy. And Donald Trump was his close friend, his running buddy. They partied together in Palm Beach and New York and elsewhere. They had a long friendship and relationship. And Donald Trump now is freaking out over this story. It has been over a week where they have been bouncing off the walls about this, guys. Over a week where they have been out of control. Trump can't control the narrative. He can't control the MAGA base. I mean, we've seen even some of his most diehard fans continuing to press on this, and it's ugly. I mean, Kate,
yeah.
Kate has a bunch of throws to the various tweets from these crazy people.
I want to show everyone how many times he has just not been able to let this go. Let's run that.
Let's roll that. Yeah. Let's roll that.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think, really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden information. We went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work.
President Trump, would you consider appointing a special counsel to investigate the Jeffrey Epstein investigation?
I have nothing to do with it.
I think they could look at all of it. It's all the same scam. They could look at this Jeffrey Epstein hoax also, because that's the same stuff. That's all put out by Democrats.
Yeah.
And, some of the naive Republicans fall right into line like they always do. They just don't have the sustainability. They don't have they don't have that stick to it like glue.
He can't stop talking about him. This is basically like when someone tells you you're on a diet and you're like, stop thinking about cake, stop talking about cake, and then all you can think about is cake. That is now all he can think about.
He is so locked in now on this. He is so obsessed with it that everything he's trying to do. Okay. We were talking about this earlier. It's like the auto pin thing lasted for about 5 minutes in MAGA world. They're like, this is all about Biden's auto pin pardons. So I did this Google search the other day on Google Trends, and the Epstein line is way up here, and the auto pin line is at the bottom, barely statistically noticeable. And so then they tried to change it to firing Jerome Powell, who Donald Trump forgot that he had actually hired, which, I don't know if that's dementia, but it certainly sounds like it.
They should run a test at some point.
They should run a test, person, woman, man, camera, TV, which is not a test for dementia, folks. That's just Donald Trump,
blabbering.
but Maya, I really think this, it is the obsession. He's like, this is his cake now. He can't let it go. He can't stop talking about it. And his own people in MAGA, who he has told, shut up. Like he told Charlie Kirk, shut up. And Charlie Kirk came out and said, I'm done talking about Epstein. Kirk got so dragged by his own people, he was back to talking about Epstein 12 hours later. And I mean, a lot of big accounts, a lot of big MAGA scamfluencers are really hating this thing.
Well, what's happening now, it's like a next level gaslighting. Like this
Oh, yeah.
is, it's almost like it's an experiment in seeing if people who have cared about something, who have spoken about caring about something so very specific for so many years, where there's evidence that suddenly is it possible to gaslight them into not just saying something different, but even believing something different. And this is like classic textbook narcissism. Even when caught and trapped in a
Yep.
lie, you just completely just keep repeating it over and over and over again. And so I want to bring back all those psychiatrists who got in trouble for saying that he was a narcissist. This is textbook narcissism. And I'm about to diagnose him for some other things later. in the show.
Feel free, because you know what? I think that as Doctors Wilson and May,
Doctor,
doctor, so board certified nowhere. I think we're in a moment right now where his physical collapse, he looks like he's a piece of rotting meat left out in the Florida sun on an August day. His weird, like, ankles, tube leg, whatever you want to call it, the Jimmy leg.
do we have those close-ups? I feel like there were shots I saw online. Oh, there it is.
Yes. First off, he's painting over. They're not even bothering to like match the concealer.
Unless his skin is constantly changing, like in the modeling. And
Is he molting?
As they speak?
I have spoken to 3 doctors, 2 of whom are actual clinician folks who understand this kind of thing at a level.
Not like us. Okay.
Not like us. And one of them said to me, if that was a woman and I saw those feet and those ankles, I would say she was pregnant and had preeclampsia, and that she had a massive fluid buildup and an edema. Another one, who is an oncologist, said, that's edema. I see that during chemo. In some people, they have a reaction. Guys, we don't know what's wrong with Trump other than age, evil, and whatever. But honest to God, the guy looks like he is on death's door knocking loudly.
Well, and I wonder if this is where JD Vance is just kind of staying a little bit quiet, just hoping that Trump just kind of dies, whether that be politically because his base skewers him, or physically because maybe the doctors themselves are letting him fall apart. If I were Trump, I'd start to be very suspicious of my inner circle for even letting me out in public with what looks to be a combination of whiteout and Maybelline foundation on my hand. Like, that, it looks insane.
I mean, it looks crazy, and it's like, and as someone said many times now, blend, Donald, blend.
You can get a blending sponge. Like, I don't like, you can get them.
You can get them at a supermarket checkout
for $3.99 for a blending. Like, just shove. If I were Caroline Levitt, I would go next to him and I would just blend, just a little blend. That's all he needs.
That's it. I mean, it really is striking, Maya, how there's this ongoing illusion in the Trump universe of just that he's this virile, healthy, strong man, and that there's nothing about him that can ever be doubted physically. He's 6'9". He weighs 204 pounds. He has the body of a high performance athlete. None of it being true, of course. But I mean, it's just so crazy that people around him continue to believe that lie.
Do you guys think that the Epstein stuff is affecting his health?
Oh, I do.
Oh, stress does that.
I think the Epstein stuff is like a bucket of cortisol every day into Donald's brain. This is freaking him out.
This could be the thing. This could be the thing that puts him over the edge, and not that he hasn't already been over the edge. And I think it's really interesting when he asked Pam Bondi if she wanted to speak on it. If we could go back and look at that clip, I think Pam Bondi might have a tell. Pam Bondi might have a tell that would obliterate her savings at any table in Las Vegas, where I actually am at the moment. That she does this thing where she pulls her hair behind her ear when she gets uncomfortable and nervous. And so I want everybody to look for that now. They've all got tells, but hers.
They've all got tells.
Yeah.
Trump's is that he smells like a bucket of rotting meat.
Yeah. It just rots harder. Like that's it. That's all. It's like they ask him a question, he just rots harder. And at this point, trying to distract from everything. But I think we didn't get to the. Did we go over the tweets yet? Of like,
let's go through the handful of diehards and opponents. We've also got a clip, folks, that that falls into the category of when the worst person in the world has a good point.
Why don't we start there?
Let's play that one first.
And now he says, if you're not on board with the Epstein cover-up, I don't want your support. You're a weakling. Fuck you. Fuck you. You suck. You are fat. You are a joke. You are stupid. You are not funny. You are not as smart as you think you are. You are, and honestly, and if you watch my show, I've been very critical. I've never been this far. This just goes to show this entire thing has been a scam. When we look back on the history of populism in America, we are going to look back on the MAGA movement as the biggest scam in American history. And the liberals were right. The MAGA supporters were had. They were. When we look back in history, we will see Trump as a scam artist who served as a vehicle for this rather than the other way around. We were not the vehicle for Trump. Trump was the vehicle for all of us.
All of those things he said about Trump were true before. So it's interesting that he's discovering it now. Like the
well, I mean, look, and this is a guy who is one of America's leading neo-Nazis, but still was invited to have dinner with Trump and Kanye at Mar-a-Lago in 2023.
Oh, well, they're reclaiming the word Nazi now. I'm sure everybody saw that clip.
Do we have that clip by any chance? Just as an aside, what a
I wish we did.
Egregious fuckwit asshole butt nugget Greg Gutfeld is. I mean,
what, guys?
Really.
Act like we played it because we're pre-recording today. I'm gonna put it in post right here. I'm gonna cut myself out.
And it was it Gutfeld or Waters? I can't remember.
Oh, no, it was Gutfeld.
It was Gutfeld. Yeah. So we do have the clip. So take a look real quick, guys, because this is insanity.
These guys, look, the idea that you have these people now trying to shove the Overton window over, in part to change the subject from Epstein. This is how desperate they are to change the subject from Epstein. They're like, yeah, we're going to start calling ourselves Nazis because the Epstein story is so fucking terrible for us.
So here's my next diagnosis. My next diagnosis is like BPD, borderline personality, where they're just like, I hate you, don't leave me. That vibe where it's like, I'm going to do the absolute most terrible thing.
I hate you. Why don't you appreciate me?
Yeah, just pushing his base away. It's insane how much they're imploding. And what I kind of love is that Democrats are a little bit just like sitting back and letting it happen. Like nobody is feeling the need to pile on to this because they're doing such a good job themselves of destroying and the fights in between them over it. Watching the comments on some of these tweets as you have your diehard ultra MAGA like, and it's a sight to see. And I think Nick Fuentes, unfortunately, is right.
Look, Maya, I'm a big believer in the enemy of my enemy, but man, I'm still not going to have that guy over for dinner.
Yeah, he can just have that dinner with Ye.
If the enemy of my enemy gets hit by a train, I'm going to go, oh man, that happened.
One less enemy. That's basically it.
Why don't we take a look at some of the other defectors?
Yes, let's look at some of the people that are mad.
So Evan Kilgore,
Riley Gaines, famous 5th place swimmer.
Right. End wokeness, just so everybody knows all the time. And whenever I see end wokeness, that is Jack Posobiec. That is not some random account. That is Jack Posobiec's sock puppet account. End wokeness, I want this on the record. End wokeness is Jack Posobiec's sock puppet account.
So that's very interesting because when I looked back at JD Vance's tweets, he had quote tweeted Jack Posobiec
Oh, yes.
about the Epstein files. So he very much campaigned on this. They're going back and forth a lot in the comments where people are like, he didn't actually campaign on this. Releasing the files.
Yeah, they did. A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm the protector of women, he said.
Now, at least Donald Trump can take comfort in the one man, the man located in the deep forests of Weewahitchka, Florida. I kid you not. That is where he lives, in a town called Weewahitchka. We shorten it here to Weewa. People from Weewahitchka say that they're from Apalachicola because it sounds more sophisticated.
Did you say cola?
We'll get to that. But at least Trump has cat turd on his side. At least cat turd is stuck with Trump.
I was like, cat turd is confident. And, if cat turd is confident, that's a harbinger.
As they say, when cat turd speaks,
listens something.
Someone might listen.
I don't mean to laugh because this is a serious subject matter, but
I laugh because cat turd is a weird, literally like a forest dwelling weirdo. He is a, oh God, he's a classic Florida man. I mean, just in every way. But the loyalty question for Trump is always top of mind. So he's watching all these people. That's why he called Charlie Kirk and said, "Stop talking about Epstein. Stop it right now." We also know that Trump has been calling MAGA influencers individually and telling them, stay on agenda. And some of them have told him no, which blows my damn mind, Maya. It blows my damn mind.
Well, to me, it's that they sense the rotting flesh and they know that he's possibly on the way out. And so they're realigning their loyalties for the people who are going to still be around once, once Trump.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing, though. Look, Trump is such a unique character. He's sui generis in almost every way. I don't think any of them are out going right now God, thank God for JD Vance waiting in the wings.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Or thank God Marco Rubio is killing those children in Africa. Now we can finally support him. I mean, It's just they will always regret. Whitney posted in our chat, the litter box listens.
That's cat turd is thank goodness. He's just all that obsession with the supposed furries in the classrooms and the litter boxes.
Right. And the litter boxes.
Actually, just
I will say this. In the bleeding edge of technology are digital litter boxes that have apps. We have digital litter boxes. I refuse to put the apps on my phone, but they certainly tell you what cat went in, when they pooped, when they peed. If you want that information, folks, it's out there. I'm not sure that's what the inventors of the internet wanted, but that's what we got. You don't have flying cars, but that litter box will tell you your cat just had a 20.7 gram poop.
Yeah, and this is what happens when we allow tech to be overrun by a bunch of maniacs.
Right. This is also what happens when I have digital litter boxes.
I as a former cat owner, we just had the basic regular litter boxes back in my day. I didn't know that there was a digital one now. So
one time when I was working for the mayor of New York City, we went out on an emergency call because the EMS guys were like, "You gotta see this." We go to this woman's house, hoarder. She had 90 cats or some crazy shit like that, right? Baby pools in her house full of cat litter. Those plastic baby pools. Remember those when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah, no, I do. Yeah.
And
inventive, creative.
And this woman said, "I like to lay down at night and open the cans of cat food on my chest and my babies come and love me." I'm like, oh, if I ever start hoarding anything, please lock me down.
I was eventually they thought that the cat food was gone and they just ate her face. I feel like.
Listen, it was an inevitability unless she'd been saved by the PDs or the FDs. So anyway, we're off. I'm off on all kinds of tangents today, folks. I'm punchy as shit. All right, Kate's supervision.
Yeah, adult supervision is here to get you guys back on topic. I have two questions that I would like us to sort of answer,
yes.
Which are, what makes this scandal different from past Trump scandals? Because usually they just go away. And whether or not it's different, is it is it something that we'll see everyone else fall in line with the likes of Cat Turd?
So
That's
let me
a
take
sentence
this.
I never want to hear again.
Let me take, yeah, right. Let me take this one. The problem with this scandal for Trump is that back in 2015 and 16, this movement started to emerge in the conspiratorial right. Call it QAnon, but it was beyond QAnon. It wrapped up QAnon. It wrapped up these anti-Semitic conspiracy tropes. It wrapped up this disbelief in the government. It wrapped up this hatred of the Clintons and the Obamas. And it bundled it all up into this belief that in the universe, there is a massive global international child predator, child trafficking, child sex abuse, cannibalism, witchcraft ring that was run by Jeffrey Epstein and Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin and all these people that were in their catalog of imaginary demons. And it got wired so deeply into their brains that it became a central part of the identity of a lot of the new voters Trump brought into the process. A lot of those new voters that came into the process in that 2015-16 window were low propensity Republicans or low propensity. They might have been registered Republican, but they weren't active voters. But they were motivated by this conspiracy that they saw on Facebook and they saw on Twitter and they saw on these smaller Facebook groups about, patriots saving the children. And look, not to make light in any way of that, of child trafficking and all those things, because it's a horrifying existence in this world. But what they speculated on in this mythology they created for themselves, this identity they built for themselves, was that millions and millions and millions of American children are kidnapped every year to, I mean this when I say this, to murder, rape, and to suck a hormone called adrenochrome out of their body. This is the mythology they wired into their heads. Why do you think Bill Clinton looks so young? He drinks adrenochrome from dead babies. Oh, crazy, right? But it got so locked into their brains, so deeply, deeply wired into their minds, that when Trump picked up on QAnon and Dan Scavino, his caddy, his valet, whatever you want to call the guy, was the interface, I'm told, between QAnon folks and the White House, they started to push out these same myths. Mike Flynn, his disgraced former national security advisor who sued me for $10 million and got his ass whipped like a rented mule, just an aside, went out and took the QAnon oath on video, sold QAnon merch on his website. So this QAnon thing burbled underneath the water for a long time, but it became this conspiracy DNA chunk of genetic material inside the MAGA movement that even the ones who didn't want to think about it knew there was a big chunk of the MAGA base that thought that was the most important issue. I'm voting for Trump to kill the pedophiles, to round up the pedophiles and the traffickers, to save the millions of children that have been kidnapped in America. It was all a lie, of course. All those things exist. Child trafficking exists and pedophilia exists. It's not a scale thing like they thought it was a scale thing. And it wasn't a conspiracy run by a bunch of Democrats. It wasn't a conspiracy run by Hillary Clinton or John Podesta or whoever they thought was running the whole, or George Soros, whoever they thought was running the whole thing. But since they believed this was what would destroy the Democratic Party, it became a more valuable thing for Trump to use to stoke up the MAGA base. And so they would do this over and over again, like, well, with those Democrats and the pedophilia and Jeffrey Epstein, even though they knew and Trump knew from the beginning with Jeffrey Epstein, you look at pictures of Jeffrey Epstein in the world, go on Getty or wherever, there are more pictures of Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump than of Jeffrey Epstein with any other person. They were close friends. I knew in the 90s, late 1990s, when I was working in Palm Beach on a bunch of projects down there, people in Palm Beach were like, yeah, Trump and Epstein, man, they're always chasing pussy, young girls, this and that. This is not a secret. It was never a secret what Epstein was and what Trump was. They were close friends. They traveled together. They partied together. They dated. I'll use that word very advisedly. Women together. He introduced Trump to Melania. Trump had sex with Melania the first time on the Lolita Express jet, according to some sources. Guys, the reason this scandal won't go away is it was wired in as a central pillar. As somebody told me this morning, it was a bearing wall of the construction of the MAGA identity. It was a key to who they believed they were. They thought that they were with Donald Trump. They're the fierce warriors protecting the children. When it was Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein all along, who were the ones who were going after the children. So,
and if we can go back to, all of that, yes, all of that. Deep breath, everyone. But if we can go back to pre-MAGA days,
right.
Republican policies were so unpopular with the American people that they absolutely needed the juice that MAGA provided. They needed Trump and didn't even realize it. And so the fact that they couldn't win without it, and now with it, they've been able to decimate so many of the departments that are key to America actually functioning. They accomplished their goal in many ways. And that is now why Trump is so close to, as Candace Owens said, calling his followers, his base, deplorables, because he doesn't need them anymore.
Right.
And so they've accomplished much of what they wanted to do in Project 2025. And so it'll be really interesting to see how long this continues, because these folks are going to realize that they didn't just get scammed, but they built their entire worldview, their communities. Talking to some of the people from Leaving MAGA, which is an organization for people who are kind of on their way out of MAGA, and helps them kind of coach them through that by finding new community. For a lot of the people in MAGA, they've made it, it's their lives. It's like the bowling league for them. It's how they get together with the people that they care about. They've left their actual family.
It's a culture. It's Maya. It's a culture, not just a political identity.
Right. And so this represents a fracturing of that for them. This is something that is hitting so deep at the core of who they are and what they stand for, that's why it's never going to go away. I mean, there was a movie, Sound of Freedom, that was made
right
about children being trafficked. It's like they've created an entire parallel world, a culture, a universe, a metaverse, if you will, where this is the reality. And right now, in the last week, they're all waking up. And I say all, but many of them are waking up to the fact that this isn't the reality that's been shared by the vast majority of people.
No.
This is like the Plato's cave coming out into the light.
Right.
Their eyes are burning. And some of the people who haven't yet come to the light are probably a couple of folks behind in the tunnel, ready to come out. But this is...
I think that is absolutely true. I think a lot of them are just in having a sense of shock and cognitive dissonance, that they're like, oh God, I've been selling a lie.
Yeah, the five.
Now, some of them,
grieving.
Yeah, some of them are sticking with this because they know even Trump's audience, a majority, barely, of Trump's own supporters now think he's handling the Epstein case the wrong way. And by the way, folks, if you want a little late Thursday evening or early Thursday evening delight, Donald Trump's numbers are now upside down. He is net negative on every single thing: approval, immigration, economy, inflation, healthcare, education, everything. He's upside down. None of what he's doing is working. And what he's doing with the Epstein stuff is making it so much worse, because he was always able in the past to rely on his base being with him like 85, 90%. Well, now it's dropped down to about 70%.
Yeah.
This is because of this, I think. And it's the general fucking up.
Well, do you think in the distractions that they're trying to pull just make it worse? Like because it's so disingenuous. Like, hey, I made a fake deal with Coca-Cola, which, because it turns out it's not even true, to put real cane sugar back in and pull out the high fructose syrup. And
Donald Trump Jr. heard something about powdery substances going into Coke, and he went, "What? Where? Like a fucking meerkat." Whoop.
Powdered sugar? What is it? But I mean, this is ridiculous that he's out there truthing things like this when people have made it very clear. His base has made it very clear that they want answers on the Epstein files. Everyone wants answers. They want to see the files. They know that the files didn't disappear. And so it's funny that the best that they can do is no shoes at the airport. And
they tried the Biden auto pen earlier in this week, which went over like a wet fart in a hot car. It was like nobody cared except to get out of it.
I was going to ask him about that, Rick, because like I barely know what an auto pen is. Like I do not care.
So
okay,
look, presidents and celebrities who have to sign hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things have a machine called an auto pen. They program their signature into it, and it's literally like you put a Sharpie in the thing and it goes zip. It is used widely throughout government, and it's an authorized use of there's law behind whether it's legal or not. It was decided during the George W. administration whether that was legal or not. It was decided by the Supreme Court it was legal. And so they were trying to throw this out there as a distraction, saying Biden's pardons were auto-penned and therefore they can't. Wrong-o, chief. But the problem was even his own base criticized him for trying that. I mean, Donald Trump got ratioed on Truth Social.
Oh yeah,
on Truth Social. I mean, I'm gonna make a really obscure '90s movie reference now. That's the Paramus Mall of Donald Trump from the movie Soap Dish.
Oh, I haven't seen Soap Dish.
Yeah, it's so good.
We've had a couple of movie references.
We've thrown a couple movie references. It's about this fading soap opera star who, when she wants to like feel better about herself, she goes to the Paramus Mall in New Jersey because people still recognize her. Anyway, it's an inside the inside gag. But look, none of it's working. It's not working, and there are more stories in process than I can tell you right now. The DC rumor mill for the last 24 to 36 hours has gone so nuts. My phone has been blowing up and away beyond anything since like January 6th. Have you heard about this? Did this reporter trying to track this thing down? Do you know so-and-so? Can you get to it's nuts. And while we're recording this, something big is coming.
I'm absolutely sure of it, and I know everybody is on the edge of their seats because this is literally all we can think about right now.
It's all Donald Trump can think about too. There's ketchup on the walls.
So much ketchup on the walls, but the idea that he was supposed to dismantle the deep state, and now it's clear that all he's doing is protecting his own
ass. Oh, by the way, do you think anybody think it's a coincidence that yesterday he fired the prosecutor who prosecuted Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell? Anybody think that's a coincidence? I don't.
Yeah, this just goes to show that it's all just chaos and incompetence over there in the Trump admin. Like nothing that they're doing is calculated, because who would calculate this? What calculator would do this? They've completely gone off the rails to all of our enjoyment, I suppose. I'm enjoying seeing it fall apart so very quickly. Unfortunately, they're leaving us with with very little to work with. People are protesting today, though, and so that's good. I'm glad that it's because it's good trouble day.
It is good trouble. It is good trouble. But guys, here's the thing: we're gonna have a major meltdown by Donald Trump. I think there's another one coming that's going to cause even greater despair and anger in Trump world. And this is a story like a dead fish that rots from the head down and never smells better on the third day. So
yeah. So we know the polling is that only 25% of Americans think that Trump has made their lives better.
Right. Which, by the way, mathematically, folks, that means that a majority of Republicans do not believe he's made their lives better. Yeah. That mathematically. Yeah. This is, I think maybe the tariffs have not worked out the way he promised. Maybe.
Yeah. And those price increases are starting to hit the shelves. People are starting to feel
and just wait till December when student loan minimum payments triple, when healthcare starts getting cut off, when ACA plans go up in price by 50%, it's going to be magnificent around then, just in time for the 2026 election.
Well, also in thinking about those doctor shortages that happen in rural areas, and people now are not going to be able to afford to even go to medical school. So we're going to end up having fewer doctors because they're not allowed to.
Just ask RFK. All you need is vitamins, supplements, and like powdered shrimp carcasses or something. I can't even.
Yeah, but no, don't. Also, the field labor, Rick, because that's I think how they're going to solve it by sending people to mental.
Yeah. All those lazy
care
grandpas can go out and do stoop labor in the fields. Sounds great.
This is a great vision for America.
Also, having a department, having no Department of Education, a Department of Defense run by a chronic stumbling drunk, a Department of Justice where, in the middle of the greatest ethics scandal in the Department of Justice's history, Pam Bondi fires Joseph Terrell, the head of the ethics department of the Department of Justice. The whole thing is just like off the rails.
Well, and one thing I want to note before we go, Rick, is the fact that at this time in the last Trump administration, so many people had been fired, had gone like it was insane how many people had been replaced, fired. And that's not happening this time around because I don't think there's anybody to take their place. Like there is nobody at this point who is willing to step in to say if Bondi were to leave. And like nobody is getting fired now because there's nobody left to replace.
Oh, I'll tell you the thing I heard today. If Bondi goes, he's going to put Judge Box of Wine Janine Pirro in as AG.
Please. Actually, yes, please.
In many ways, the most hilarious thing ever. Because you know what? If that happens, I'm going to start getting an Amazon weekly delivery of Franzia by the crate to her office just to see what happens. Just to see if they sign for the package.
A worthy investment.
Kate, are we good? Are we
having everything?
Back here. Yeah, I think we covered everything. I mean, I guess one thing, a question that I would want to leave on is let's do predictions. How many times do you think that Donald Trump will make an unforced error about Epstein between now and our next show?
Hey.
Maya, you first.
I'm going to say daily or between total.
But between now and next Thursday.
Between now and next Thursday, total, I'm going to go with 13.
Wow,
I'm going with 8 because I suspect they're going to get him on a golf course this weekend to keep him away from Truth Social. If I was in the White House, that's what I would do.
Well, somebody needs to sneak his phone into his pocket or something so that he can continue.
Donald, don't let them cuck you. Keep tweeting. Keep truthing.
We need to hear about the vote.
Speaking of cuckery, just one more thing. America's Reinhard Heydrich, Stephen Miller, who runs all the mass deportation shit. Don't let anybody fool you. It's not Ice Barbie. It's Stephen Miller. His soon-to-be ex-wife, who went to work for Elon, just took wife of Stephen Miller off of her Twitter profile today.
Ooh.
Get in the cuck chair, Stephen.
I'm sure she's been waiting a long time to do that. Congrats to her.
The cuck chair awaits.
Uncoupling. They're consciously uncoupling.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. I think we've had enough fun for one night, right?
I think we have.
We're going to go back and keep torturing Donald Trump, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, make sure you go on your social network of choice and share Trump Not Like Us.
Right. Please share Trump Not Like Us. And also on the YouTubes, go to this show, like, subscribe, do all those things. The algorithm needs you. They're not like us.
All right. We'll see everyone.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.